We're here at the Astro booth at E3, and we're going to take a look at a brand new headset. As you all know, the A40s have been on the market for quite some time with a few versions, but 250 euros is definitely an expensive headset. So that's why Astro probably thought, let's make Astro a little bit more accessible to the bigger audience, and they introduced the A10 headset. What makes this headset unique, and what can people expect from this? Because it's definitely not a replacement for the A40s.
Oh no,
it's a headset completely by its own in a different category. So what can people expect?
Yeah, well, there are three things that we think make the A10 very unique, and a fourth that we think adds a lot of value. The three things that we really tried to focus on with this headset were comfort, durability, and audio quality. We got rid of a lot of features that really weren't core to what a headset needed to be to have a positive gaming experience. And so we kind of pared down everything and said, what is it that gamers really want, and what is it they need that's going to give them the most value? Headsets breaking is one of the biggest problems in the under $100 price category. We have a lot of people who complain all the time about buying a competitor's headset and then having it break within a few months and then having to buy another one, or finally spending money on the A40 because they were tired of having a headset that broke all the time. So we
usually the ear cups are the
ear cups or the headband are the two places where
usually the audio cable as well.
Well, this has a detachable audio cable, so if the audio cable on this fails, you can just replace that really quickly. The headband on this has
I think that's a great feature, because usually you only see replacement cables only with more expensive headsets, like 150 euros and up. Usually below, they don't find it worth it to have this kind of feature, so I'm really happy to see this.
Yeah, we went with the steel band construction as well, and it has a polycarbonate blend on the outside that's pretty indestructible. It's scratch damage resistant, and the steel band construction means that this headset is actually going to be able to withstand forces that like the average headset is not going to be able to take.
They're not holding back. So
yeah, no, and so you know, this is a pretty damage resistant headset. We source really strong materials for also the plastics that make both the ear cups and the cushions, and so this thing is something that I can really beat up on a lot. We've been throwing these against the walls and throwing them on the ground. And,
don't try it at home, please. Just take his word for it.
But they are very durable headsets, and so these are something that we designed to last until you're ready for an A40. Instead of having to upgrade because your headset has broken, we want you to experience this and love this headset so much that you're ready to buy like our wireless A50, or you're ready to buy an A40 because you want to upgrade into, you know, try all the new features like the mod kits and the speaker tags and all of the features that come with like a mixamp, like the audio EQ presets and whatnot. So this headset is meant to last you for quite some time. Comfort is the second most important thing I think that we found that this headset needed to have. It doesn't matter what features your headset has built into it. If you can't wear your headset for more than a few minutes, then there's no reason for you to have any of those features. And so we made this an extremely comfortable headset. We sourced some amazing cushions for it. We went with a very breathable material for the cushions instead of something like a leather, and that allows for your ears to breathe, so you're not going to have sweaty ears, they're not going to get too hot.
I think at home it's fabric is the most ideal solution in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you don't need that extra noise cancellation that you need on a tournament. So
exactly.
It definitely makes sense.
Yeah, and we worked a lot on clamping force for the headset, making sure that the right amount of pressure was put on your head to keep the headset in place, but not give you, you know, headset fatigue is what we call it. You start to get the kind of headaches and sore head. There's also a little bit of a curve in the headset. That means that a little bit more of the clamping force is going to be distributed right below the ear at the top of the jaw instead of over the ear. And what that means is that anyone who wears glasses with these headsets isn't going to feel too much pressure of their glasses being pushed to the other side of their head. And that's really important to us. So, and audio quality was the last thing that was really important to us. We found that the audio quality needed to be what people expected from Astro Gaming, and we really didn't want to have to sacrifice audio quality for price. And so we sourced drivers that are very similar to the A40 drivers that we're using right now. They're 40mm neodynamic drivers. They have been tuned the way we tune them. We call it Tune for Gaming, but with Astro Audio. What that means is that we really focused on making sure that there were clear mids and highs. Those mids and highs are where you get a lot of the ambient audio that's important to pro gamers. So
it gives you the footsteps,
guns reloading, people sneaking up behind you. And if we tune it in the way that we tune for pro gamers who use those audio cues as kind of a weapon or an advantage against their enemies, that means that the home user is going to be able to pick up on things that might not be as important to winning the game, but is important to experiencing the game. So like if you're playing Skyrim and you're walking through the grass, you actually hear hear, you know, your character walk through different terrains and the sound changes, and you can actually pick up on the change. You can hear, you know, the weather effects, and you can hear, you know, things moving around you that if you're just listening through TV speakers or a really, you know, inferior headset, you're not going to pick up on all that ambience, and so your experience in the game and your immersion is not going to be as complete. And so you know, there's still a decent amount of bass in this headset, but we definitely chose the 40mm drivers.
You're not drowning
everything. It minimizes what we call bass distortion, and that's where too much bass begins to affect all of those other ambient sounds, and the mids and the highs start to suffer because of that. So this is definitely not going to be like that big thumping bassy headset. It's really going to be a headset that helps you get immersed and you hear everything that's going on in the game. You know, those were the top 3 features that we felt like we had to focus on to make this the optimal gaming headset at $60 USD.
Yeah, that would have been the next question. And what price can people?
Yep, 60 USD. I don't know the actual conversion yet.
Yeah, I think it will be probably similar. Just expect it to be about 60 euros as well.
Excellent. And the last is compatibility. We have launched, this is the blue PlayStation version, we have a green Xbox One version, and then there is a red PC version, but they are all interfaced through a 3.5mm jack, which means they're all actually pretty universal to anything that has a 3.5 jack. So this blue PlayStation headset can actually plug into an Xbox One controller, and it can actually plug into a PC, it can plug into your phone, it can plug into a Nintendo Switch, and the green and red headsets can do the exact same thing. So while there is a specific console in each box, the headset itself is actually pretty universal. There is one bundle where the green Xbox One headset comes with a mixamp M60. That's a controller mounted PMD, so that's the chat adapter that plugs directly into the controller on the
volume mixer
actually built in right here. And so this bundle with the headset is going to be $100 USD, and it allows you access to your game and your voice balance, so you can change the level of your voice as you're communicating with other people versus the game audio that you hear, and then there's also the controls for regular volume and then muting your mic. We really feel that having those controls at your fingertips is probably the most important, or not most important, but a more elegant way to interface with.
It's not automatically in the A10, right? You have like
no,
the A10 separately, and then you get it with the...
There's an A10 plus M60 bundle, that's $100 USD, and then there's three color variations of just the headset itself, the red, the blue, and the green, and those are 60 euros, and those are all standalone.
Good. And the final question, when can we expect them on the market?
2 days ago. They're on the market right now. They launched on Monday of this week.
Okay, when will they be in retail?
Retail, we'll probably see them in about a month's time.
Okay.
So you can buy them on Astro's websites right now, and then they'll be at retail market in probably mid-July.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for the interview.
You're very welcome.
Looking forward to having them in our store.
Excellent.
Thanks.